Hey, this is Blind Fox and welcome at my game playthrough. We are doing Gunsmith Simulator. Excellent game if you like to look into the inside of guns and don't want to unscrew yours, or don't have the guns to unscrew in my case, or have friends that own them. So today we have gotten a new letter from Grandpa. And he tells us, hey, we've got some new stuff. There is some grenade launchers and some RPGs. So grandfather, nice chap, he's got himself, it looks like, his RPG. Nice little weapon to have in your back pockets. So we will fix Granddad's RPG. You can see there are grenade launchers. Lovely thing that. There's also, I think, a new target range. Does he say that? Oh yes, and there's also a lovely day pass for us, so we can go and look at the facilities. Let's see what other stuff we've got to fix here. Is there any new stuff? Brown base we've got. Car 98. Arasaka. Okay, but before we do anything to the gun there, let's just see where we are at on our stuff. So we're on tier, I think, level 17. You can see we've researched the base level of most stuff. This is basically all of the researchable stuff you get in the game. So we just have to research up the tree. So we're missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of them. And for our guns, we have done the Colt Model 1911, the Browning pistol. As anybody that watched this before, I love Browning pistols, or pistols and stuff designed by Browning. We've got 2 stars on that, 2 stars on the Peacemaker, 2 stars on the Maculette. Then we've got some 1 stars, we've got on the M1 Grand. We've got the Mac 10, we've got one on the Mauser C96. AKM star, got a M4 star, got a brown best star, M1772, Mossberg. We also did the Arasaka. Really like this one when it has got its scope on. Did the Glock, did the Mosin Megand. Cousin's rifle we did the Derringer, and we did the Ruger. So currently no guns there that I can remember that we haven't researched in our box or in this. All of this stuff we'd at least have 1 star. Well, the Stug you don't have the Stug yet. I might just take the Stug because I like the Stug. Very nice German World War II gun, submachine gun. I don't think we did the Car 98. Did we have the Car 98? Yeah, I can't remember. Well, let's just take the Car 98 anyway. I'm not gonna do more. Oh, we also didn't do the Makarov, we didn't do, so a lot of this stuff we haven't done. But I just literally want to complete it grandfather's mission. Let's do our RPG. Nice things that Granddad holds in his garage for us. Lovely RPG. My thing, here is the range. Our new range that we can visit. This is another big thing. Very big weapon for our table. Not as big as I think some, but it really is one of the large ones. So, currently it says 21 pieces, but I don't think it's said to disassemble completely. No, it's not. Let's say it is disassemble completely. There's 34 parts, which is amazingly little for such a nice big weapon. But, well, it is a relatively simple weapon as things go. You've got your self-propelled or your grenade. This is not an automatic thing. Oh, come on, mouse. I get lost with mice. My mouse always disappears. I don't know what game will be easier, that or some of these games where you don't have a loose mouse, where the mouse stays in the middle of the screen. Remove the thing. Remove that. Unscrew your barrel. So you can see a lovely big thing here. Really just almost just fits in. And here, let's unscrew you. Most likely should have removed some of the other stuff first. But hey, unscrew that. And for those who haven't watched this, these outlines is where the screws are at the other side. It's how you see things through the gun, actually. I'm just not wanting to pick the whole thing up at the moment. There you can see another screw. I unscrew from the other side. And again, this is where it gets sometimes a bit difficult if you want to see the outline of some of this stuff. You can't always see it very nicely, especially when you get inside of stuff. Right, now I need to unscrew all of this. And again, you can see the nice outlines for all of our equipment here. This thing has got one lot of little screws. It's only got 52 parts, but if you count up all the screws, you will have to, and all of these retention pins that they don't count. I don't know why it is. If I sit in front of the computer to do something, the cat is also deciding to wake up. It will sleep lovely and nicely, just waiting for me to sit down in front of this thing, either playing something or recording something. And again, all of this stuff is nicely labeled. We've got front sight is in its own little compartment. We don't have rear sight here yet. There is also a scope for this, and we don't have the scope currently on here. If there's a picture of the scope and stuff, then you can actually have the scope and fit it while you're working with this. Otherwise, it's a loose scope you buy and then fit in at a separate station. Here we again get your, there's the rear side stuff. Nice ladder sight. Side lead there, unscrew you. As I say, I wonder if you count up all of these little screws, which they don't do. Sorry if I hover over a part, do pause it and read it. Sorry if I go over it too quickly. I try not to, but yep. Oh, we've got some rusty parts, and that's basically it. If I didn't disassemble the thing completely, we would have actually had quite not that long a repair job, but I wanted to show all the parts, and I'll show it here in a moment. We don't have any parts for the sanding wheel, but we do have the parts for the sanding machine. And I do like this machine, it's so cool. I think it's my third favorite machine. I'm not sure really. I like the chemical machine, I like your CNC machine. Especially your multi-part stuff where you have to fit in parts and this is just a bit tedious because you have to go through all of it to make sure that everything is nice and rust free. Hey, nah. Damn cat. It was just happy lying on the bed. And then I'm starting to do something and it becomes unhappy and just does not want to nap anymore. Comes in here and just want to make mischief. Just chase it away again. Not that it will stay away long. I don't get this cat. It was sleeping nicely. I was doing something else on my computer and I decided, well, I'm going to record the video, and up jumped the cat. No, you're not going to record the video in peace and quiet. The more you're experienced, the faster this stuff takes. But it does take some time sometimes. Look how nicely rusty this thing is. What did Grandpa do with it? Keep it in the garage? Keep it hidden in the ground, buried somewhere? Really? And he calls himself, oh, Gunsmith. Okay, I think, let's see, I don't think I need any parts, no. Now we'll just need to fix it, and all of this stuff needs to be cleaned. Hey, I'm sorry, oh wait, I need to, sorry. Something I forgot to do. This stuff needs bluing again. And our machine. Get our PPE on. Safety is very important with this machine, not of all the other machines in the store or in the shop, just this one. So we dip it in our soap solution. Then it gets a little cold bath. Then we dip it in our bluing solution. Then when it's done there, it's get another cold bath. And we finish off with a nice hot soak. Which, by the way, my hot water system is on the go, or not burst, but luckily we caught it before it burst. Just so we didn't have hot water. Very cold, very cold. And it's getting on to winter here. So there, we've done all of those. Now we need to fix this thing back together again. First we need to go and oil everything, because Grandfather apparently also can't keep his stuff oiled. as I said, really, he's not a good gunsmith because we get his guns in terrible, terrible condition. Terrible condition, these. Let's see if this thing is done. Yep. I like the names because then I can take a shortcut and quickly get to the pieces I need to get to and not hunt through all of them. Alright, so next need to fix all of this. And we do not need to fix our gun sights. And this is something I actually should have fixed before I added the bottom plate. There we go. Do you remember that with the front sight? Not to fix the final little parts on the front sight to the gun. Alright, now we have to put all of this thing's parts back. A lot of little pieces in this, as I said. This is one of the little springs that we don't get to buy because wasn't on our table. Lovely. And another spring that we isn't present on our little table. So I said if it's not present, if there's no place for it, you do not add it as a there is a screw there. Let's just go put that in. Alright, fix that, put that in, put the plate on. So here at least two springs that should be in the parts department is not isn't here as a part. I would have liked it to be as a part because it's not a screw or a retention pin. And relatively easy. Let's tighten our bands. Now the cat is happy. I'm not sure exactly where he is, but I can hear him spinning. Or purring, sorry. That was a bad translation. I can hear him purring. Exactly where he is. Heaven forbid. He's more than a meter from me. And I can hear him purring. Very loud. After he attacked me just now with his nails, wanting to play or to scratch or something. Was watching 2 old British shows earlier this week, or parts of it. Allo Allo, which is hilarious, and Home Fires, also a very nice show. Found them on YouTube, both. I think Allo Allo is an old show. I'm not sure how old Home Fires is. Let's see what we have to do here. Let's see, what do we do? Okay, where is the action? Ah. Now where is that safety lever? Oh, come on, where is this? Should maybe be on this side? Come on, where are you? Huh. There we go. So there is the safety. Okay, cool. Very small safety, very difficult to find. But we're going to do what we want to do. We're going to go to the firing range. I'm not taking any other guns with me because these guns have their own little firing range. So here we go, a nice little scene to set the stage. Maybe if they want to expand some, there is some stuff that's not yet occupied with anything. Sort of the edges of the range. Here there's just stuff to run around. Can't really enter any of these. Can't open any of these. It's literally just can't shoot at any of these. I haven't had anything explode yet. But nice atmosphere. Again, nice atmosphere here. Nice big, supposedly storage. Nice. Got a little changing room where you can change stuff. Lockers. Or maybe not a changing room, well, more or less. Another little office. None of this stuff you can interact with. Oh, a little coffee station. Lovely, lovely. This is all just sort of atmosphere stuff. You can't interact with anything here. So now we enter the rain. Again, lovely stuff for some atmosphere here. Can't enter the range proper. But here we've got some bollards. I think we call them bollards, or maybe not a bollard. What is the other thing? Either a crate or a... they've got another name. You can't climb up here. And we even got a little tank. Cool. But we cannot ride it. And here we go, we've got our first thing. We've got a shooting building. And we've got something to shoot from. You can shoot at something at 200 meters. You can shoot at some other stuff. You can shoot at some people. We'll just shoot at this. This stuff is not always as nice. Or we're gonna shoot at the tank. Yeah, let's shoot at this one and see how it goes. I'm not terribly good with this weapon yet. You can shoot from up down here. You can go a bit higher up and shoot from here, and then you can go to the top and shoot from there as well. Nice vantage point you've got. Still nice and covered, so you can come and do this on a rainy day. We'll just shoot from the second level, or maybe from the ground floor, maybe perhaps. How does that sound? Quite nice. We popped 3 of them. Presume it's not very good, but well, I didn't think it was that good. I actually was playing on my other account, or my other my other game. Gave him I could save under another name, which I started way back. And Fabriki, what is it? Oh man, I can't remember the name. Is it Brunile? Bru something or other. Anyway, it's the Polish one. He just came in. The update. And it has some nice guns. Fabriki Bruni, I think. Fabriki Bruni. Let's reload you. Oh, come on. There you go, stupid safeties. Nice rockets there. Finally, we've done all of these that we can shoot here. I hope. Gee. Oh, come on! And it missed. How dare it miss? Oh, come on! This thing is not doing its job today. Lovely, now it's doing it. Nice. But we have shot all of our stuff. We just get a certain amount of shots here. Can't shoot these don't count. This is for another shooting one. Ooh, I'm not correctly on my place where I should be. What are they? Where's the other one I'm missing? Oh well, doesn't matter. So we've got on that one. Ah. Now we are going here again. To shoot there. Reload first. I always forget here to reload first. What am I missing? Can't always remember which ones to shoot, and then I miss them, and then this happens. Where is the one I'm missing? Ah, there! Really? $39, 100 and something. Let's see how bad I did. Haha, 1,009 out of just 2030. Well, not bad, but yeah, I could have maybe done better if I had faster. But this basically is our new or additional shooting range, and you've got different stuff you can do. You also have binoculars which you can use. Can't shoot while you have it, but it does have a nice range finding feature, but you have to shift back to your normal binoculars. And let's exit here. There's also a gate here where you can exit from this side. If you just want to run through this without doing any other thing, just reset it. But we are done. Very interesting one. We can go back to the other one and just show you the some of the vehicle targets. I'd rather show this to you with this RPG than I do with the Yon grenade launcher that's also part of this. Great, nice talk when they added the grenade launcher and the RPG, and it's really interesting. It's a bit difficult to do the... I don't practice enough. Ah, come on, I forgot to reload. Oh, come on. Oh, this is difficult, really. And I missed. Shocking. Well, it would be shocking if I actually hit something. See, these doesn't count because I think they're just stationary. That is if I would actually hit them. Whether or not it makes a difference that I'm shooting from up here. Huh. Yeah, and then it's do weird stuff, but oh well, we haven't really gotten much. Didn't get wheels, didn't get this, oh well. Rounds. Score. Not really. Okay, I'm not gonna bother looking, but you can see the different stuff you get. Let's go and see if I actually shoot from the ground floor, if that would make a difference. Or not. Oh no, it's not. Let's just leave. But this is basically what you do if you actually do practice and can do some estimating stuff, which I can't do. The whole movement, relative motion, I suck with that. But anyway, so there we go. You can have fun on the firing range. So let's just go and hand back Granddad's RPG. We can buy one of our own now. If it's on auction. And if we've got the money. Which we might not have. No, we don't really have much money yet. Maybe we could buy one. We'll go and see, but let's first return Granddad's little plaything for him. So there we go, and now we just say thank you for freely fixing my gun that I was too lazy, or my grenade launcher, which I was too lazy to, or not my RPG, which I just was too lazy to fix for myself. Now you can go and play on the range. How nice. The nice thing about this is you've got unlimited ammunition on the range. We do have this stuff. I'm not gonna buy any of this. I think VIS pistol is one of the new Polish ones, by the way. Now we did get new ones here. Brown base. This one we're just gonna do because I want to increase my speciality on it. I might not do this one on camera, and I might leave some for next time. Alright, there we go. There's the guns I want. We are going to do... Are we gonna do the stick, or are we gonna do the SCT, or are we gonna do the... I don't think we've done the car 98, so this is the Carabiner 98, German engineering. And let's see how complicated this is. It consists of a whole 35 parts, only 3 more than the grenade launcher we just did. And a very, not complicated, well actually complicated gun. I'm not sure exactly how much parts the Enfield has, as I say, one of my other favorite guns, but it's not in this game. We've got bolt action. Remove this. We've got some screws up there. And then you get, this is the reason I hate doing these guns in literally sort of like this, because it's so big that you really lose some of the effect of them. They are just too big. So I'm gonna put it down just because this gun is too unwieldy when it's up there. So as I mentioned before, the German guns most likely, I think, might be more complicated than the British ones, because it's not just Germany likes complicated engineering. It's more a question that they had to do complicated engineering because their Germany is located in a very stupid place. It's got some coal, and not much else, and some, I think, iron and steel and stuff. A lot of the other stuff that they basically needed is why they invaded half of Europe to get it. But they don't have access to materials for some of your steel alloys, so they couldn't cast some of the more specialized gun parts, I think or some of your, where you need different alloys, they couldn't make them. So they literally had to, instead of casting some of the parts in one big part, they had to literally scale down and do some of the castings or create smaller parts that wasn't as complicated to cast, and it's a bit too technical for me, but I do know of the problem and I do know why they had the problem. I'm just not exactly sure all of the problems with the problem or detail of the problem, but anyway, that's why their guns are so complicated, and some of the other engineering stuff they did had to be a bit more complicated, which made it more vulnerable to cold and mud and all of those stuff. Sorry. Whereas both the USSR, well, and by the way, Japan also had the problem with some base materials. Rubber, for one, was one. That's why they attacked, or well, not why, but one of the reasons they attacked a lot of Asia in the Second World War, to get their hands on Malaysian, or Indonesian, I think. Either Malaysian or Indonesian rubber, I can't remember which ones, but the end was the same. Basically, America said no more, and of course they had to get to some of the fuel fields as well. Of course, America said, no, we're not going to provide you with some, and yeah, that's why they attacked Pearl Harbor as well. So we've got some missing broken parts, some damaged, and dirty parts. You know, but getting back to the German stuff, so they didn't have half of the stuff they need, so they couldn't do. That's why you've got a lot of little fiddly parts in some of the German engineering, anyway. Which is quite interesting, and it's also one of the reasons Germany attacked Russia. It's not the only reason, because, hell, Germany wanted Lebensraum, but Germany didn't have oil or access to oil. First World War, they were in both the German states and Austro-Hungarian Empire was in alliance with the Ottomans. Besides, oil didn't play that big a part in the First World War. It did play a part, but not that much. Only it was a mechanized war, but not as mechanized as it would have been in the Second World War. But anyway, they were in the same boat with the USSR. Not USSR, with the Ottomans, and Ottomans of course have access to fuel and petrol and such. And now you can see here we have a little problem. We just might need to get, yes, we need a bigger steel block. Very nice, I can show you. So we need a bigger steel block. This one cost us $10. This one cost us $50, this one cost us $100. So you can see this one is bigger. And we do fit this in. But it costs us so much more. Which means that we have to now decide what are we gonna do. So we just use some space to fit in some of our larger parts. Let's just fit one of those in as again. Let's see if it will fit there. Yes. Come on, and then it does this. Then I have to do this because the stuff moves about. Come on. There. Come on, and then it does this, and then you have to literally delete it a few times just to get this thing set up properly. There we go. So we've got all of our parts that we need, but we still have got some big parts that we don't need. So we'll do some of our nice bigger parts that we can fit in here. Okay, we might, let's see, might do that. Let's just turn you around, see if you will fit there. No, it does not want to fit. So we'll just delete you. Okay. So you can have bigger blocks, and then you have got more material that you are wasting. It costs you more. Then you have to basically either create them one at a time. Not sure if you pay any for that. I can't really figure it out yet. Or you take a big block and just fit in a lot of parts. Which is nice because the part does carry over to the next gun you use. And we've got steel, we've got aluminium, and we've got bronze. Or bronze, I think. Copper bronze. One of them. Can't remember now. Most likely bronze. Copper would be too soft. I wonder if you actually have people that's got this in their basement, and what this will cost in your basement. And how much power will it actually consume? Does it work with just with power? Does it work with gas? That cutting thing, is it what? But very nice. And again we have to go and dip our parts into the brewing solution. Again we need safety gear. There we go. Lovely safety gear. Very nice. Oh, come on. And I think the only thing we need to do is maybe buy some stuff. Yes, we are missing some stuff. Car 98, for that people that don't know, is a Mauser Carabiner 98. They don't say it's a K or not. What is the number? Go, and we need some stuff like your trigger and that you can't make. You have to buy them. So this doesn't count the money you spent on the CNC machine. As you see, it only counts the money we spent here. It doesn't count that money we spent with the CNC machine. What was it, $50? But it does save us a lot. So what might happen is we might get a, and you will see here, if you haven't watched this, this was in the bluing machine, this was not. And now I have to replace all of these. I really wish they will have one of the infields. The reason I wanted to know if it was the, because you get Gewehr 98, which is the longer one. Then you get Carabiner 98. And that one went through a few numbered iterations. I think the end one might be K, but it went through A and it went through B. Oh, come on, what did I miss now? What didn't I do? Ooh. I think we didn't do something. Oh, there is. I missed that. I missed the lathe. We have to recrown our barrel. Oh, come on, what's the problem now? Ah, there we go, you have to do this. Now let's set up our machine, put it on. Come on. Alright. So to use these stuff, you click on the barrel and then it brings it up, and you just click on the barrel again and hold your mouse button down until it decides it's done. Oh, it doesn't want to work now. Which one? Ah. And if you actually look at the stupid things that's covered in, it will tell you. And I lost my mouse again. Which I hate when it happens. Oh, I'm done, okay. Take that and take the barrel. There we go. Well, it's a good thing they have these little... You can put these information icons or stuff. I think you might be able to put them off, I don't know, but I like them. Because if you get lost and forget where you are and what you need to do, it reminds you. Okay, let's oil up all of this. Nice, now we have to put everything back. So as I said, I have another name. You can have more than one named game. So you can play a game under one name and have another name of the game and. But if I haven't done... I've played some, but I'm not that good with this yet. Let's fix our bolt. There we go. So I say I really would like the infield in here. Put our trigger on. So unlike the infield, I think the infield's trigger actually is fixed to the stock and not to the some of the frame parts itself. I'm not sure, because I haven't really never had the pleasure of taking apart the infield like that. Or the Lee infield, to be more precise. And it does differ between where the trigger is fixed between your different models. Your number 3, your number 4 different marks of your number 4. That's the thing about British, so they have got a lot. The German basically took a name and it was sort of the Mauser Gewehr 98. Then it was the Karabiner 98, still Mausers. And then it had a few iterations of the Karabiner 98. Where sometimes the British just change, if they change their rifling, they change the whole gun name. For example, your Lee Metford. Your Lee Metford and your Lee Mark II and your Lee Enfield Mark I is basically, or I think it's Mark II or Mark II Star. Sorry, your Lee Metford Mark II Star and your Lee Enfield Mark I is the same gun. The difference is it's got different rifling. And then it changed the whole name of the gun. Where the Germans had their Mauser, Karabiner 98, it is what it says as well, but they didn't specify rifling and such. Where if the British didn't have this weird naming thing they had going on, oh, where's the other? They could have basically missed a few of their gun iteration names. And then of course you get people that call any Enfield Lee Metford, doesn't matter which one it is. And here we've got the Mauser. It's got its magazine is inside, or not inside, but it's not an extruded magazine. You can't remove it. If it's in, it's in. You can remove the base plate, but it's not something you will remove as such. You normally load it from up there or from outside with a stripper clip. Mind you, it was the first stripper clip. It loaded with stripper clips before the Enfield had stripper clips. Come on, where is the safety? I know the safety is here. There we go. Stripper clips in the Lee Enfields. Oh, come on, I forgot to put you on safe. Stripper clips started with the Gewehr 98. And which was in basically, what was it? I can't remember. It started his life. I think it was already in the Gewehr, the earlier ones, the Gewehr, some of the earlier Gewehrs. Let's go and see you on the firing range quickly. How many times I had? Stripper clips was already, because I know they used it in the Second Boer War. Or the Anglo-Boer War. The second Anglo-Boer War. It was the main difference between the two rifles, although the Enfield and Lee Metfords did have either a 8 or a 10 round magazine, depending on which one. Lee Metfords had 8, I think. The Enfields had 10, if I can remember correctly. The Mauser only have a 5 round clip, as it does here. And it always had kept its 5 round clip. It never, as far as I know, went to a larger clip. Or magazine, actually. The Enfield, alright, did had a 10 round magazine. They eventually went to stripper clips with the oh, what was it? Oh, come on. With the CL charger loading Lee Enfields in the 19... Basically, the first ones actually was the number 2. The ones just before the number 3, or the short magazine Lee Enfields. The short magazine Lee Enfields went to stripper clip. The magazine Lee Enfields didn't. So in the second, or the Anglo-Boer War, the second Anglo-Boer War, the British were... Ah, come on, the wrong button. That was stupid. the British were working without stripper clips, so they had to reload individual rounds. But it also had a magazine cutoff, so their doctrine at the time was to fire individual rounds, so it didn't really bother them in that case. You just put on the magazine cutoff, and as you shoot, you load the round as you would do with any single shot gun. The Mauser, on the other hand, had stripper clips, so you could reload it much faster. So you can have very fast firing, which the British did for the first 10 rounds. But then you had to reload individually, and that took time. And they learned their lesson because they added the charger with the SMLE, then they retrofit charges after that. Bad. Oh well. Anyway, so they retrofitted to some of the older guns, and you get the charger loading guns. But, yep, this one, let's see, R. You don't see the reloading now. Let's see if I can see it, if we can have it now, because I'm zoomed out as far as I can. And it's a bit fast to see the reloading properly. Some of the other stripper clip weapons, you can see much better. Anyway, I think if I can remember, I think anyway that it is, besides that, I think the Germans are the first ones that used the stripper clip. The French developed, I think, the Spitzer, the French developed smokeless gunpowder, and the Spitzer, I think, was widely adopted by the Germans first, although either the French or the Swiss, I think, invented it. Well, there we got paid for that. Revenue, it doesn't say that we got a bonus, although I don't know why it doesn't count the CNCs, that the money you spend on the CNC for your bonus, that you get that, because you don't get that extra 100. You don't get this money that's left from there. In any case, this is our thing today. And then we've got another thing from Grandfather, which we will check out next time. Let's just see. Is it another thing from Grandfather? Yes, it is another thing from Grandfather, and we will look at it next time. So that was our today. Let's just see what we added. We added the RPG 7, and we added the Car 98, which is a Mauser, and we are can almost add an extra little skill here, which we can't do today because it's the end of our episode. We'll do the rest of the stuff next time. I might just not do it, I'll see, or do it when you're not watching, but I might just skip some stuff in the video. But in any case, this was the end of today's playthrough of Gunsmith Simulator. Please support my channel, please go and donate on patreon.com, and see you at my next playthrough. I hope you're finding this interesting. And if you're watching, sorry about the sound in the first videos, there was some problem with my sound quality.